That's a Kennedy. He's a Kennedy.
Wow.
Wow. Wow, they're everywhere. They are
They're
everywhere. We are back.
Have you missed us?
Oh. Oh.
Oh. We're figuring some stuff out, guys. Big revamp up here and here.
Mm-hmm.
Community Cup is we're reeling her in. We're reeling her in to keep us responsible and reliable.
Mm-hmm.
And we gotta feed you as the listener.
The cup was feeling a little empty, but now it overfloweth.
Right. She runneth over.
She runneth over starting now.
Now. Hard relaunch. We're going to switch release days, which, just to inform everybody, we'll have to pick a vibe. It said the best days to release it are Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday.
Wow. Thursday?
Yeah. Maybe. Yeah, maybe it said best time like in the morning, so maybe we could have a release day on Thursday now. I don't know.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Ooh, who are we on a Thursday? You know what I mean?
I love a Thursday. Thursday is one of my favorite days.
What would you say is your favorite day?
I would say Friday, because, I mean, you've got the whole weekend ahead of you.
It's the freaking weekend, not if you work in the service industry.
Friday no, and that's the thing. And every day, especially to me right now, too, is one day. So Friday is a concept. But working in the office, Friday, I was like, I'm a freak. I'm a freaky deaky out there.
Right.
But I don't do that.
In my head, I've always romanticized a Sunday because people have like lazy Sundays, but I've never really had that. You know what I mean? Like that's never really been what my Sunday looks like, but I dream about those Sundays.
Yeah, Sundays, I don't know. I think I've always had such a negative relationship with them. True, knowing trauma. In the past what came next. So.
School trauma.
Not a big fan of Mondays.
Okay, Garfield.
But sometimes, honestly, though, Mondays now, they're all right to me.
Okay.
Again, all my days are one now, so it really is. Right. Every day is the same. Not much changes.
Mondays are a hard come down day for me, typically. I'm not the biggest fan of a Monday.
Yeah.
Say Levy.
We've got something good right now.
We have 17 pages of notes. Front
17? Whoa. See, guys, this is the new community club. A notebook.
Pen to paper.
pen to paper. Ideas constructed.
Nobody is going to be interested in that. They heard 17 pages front to back and they said, blocked.
Shut that shit. Blocked. But guys, it's good. It's good 17 pages. It's about the Kennedys.
Alexa, play Kennedy Curse by The Maine. Remember that song?
Wait,
yeah, it was on their album Forever Halloween.
Oh, I never really gave that album a listen, to be quite honest, but I know you all loved it.
I love that record. That one's not one of my favorite songs on it, but it's not a bad song. He's just saying like something like, "Oh, it feels like the Kennedy Curse." I don't know. The song "Take What You Can Carry," though, a big stomp clap song. It's like boom, boom, boom. Big stomp clap.
So, sing it a little bit. What does it sound like?
Take what you can carry, Joseph and Mary.
Yeah,
they were out of town tonight.
Stop.
It's the stomp clap. But yeah, we're talking about the Kennedy Curse. What do you guys know about it? Weigh in. Paige, where do you think you're 1 to 10? How knowledgeable about the curse do you think you are? Curse, the alleged curse.
I would say pretty little. I mean, the one thing I know, like a whisper about is the woman that Ted Kennedy like left for dead.
Chappaquiddick. Mary Jo Kopechne. I think is how you say her last name. I actually should have looked it
Yeah,
up. I think it's
because
Kopechne.
there's a movie about it, right?
Yes, and what I have in my notes is I do think that was the last movie Nana saw in theaters.
No
Me-
kidding.
Me, Rihanna, Nick, and Nana went to go see that in theaters.
Because I remember, I think I had seen it with you guys months later, and you and someone else in the house, probably our brother-in-law, like kept this type of fixation on them in The Curse. So
Mhm.
I watched the movie at the time. It might have honestly even been Ree too. I mean, Ree's got a knowledge for familial things. She really loves a family to latch onto.
Mm-hmm.
Her and the royal family.
She
You see
loves that
Harry's
royal
going
family.
bald?
He's married to Meghan Markle, correct?
Yeah, he's going bald.
Yeah.
Let me see.
in the
Let me see if I
back,
can find a
right?
picture. No, it looks like it's right up here. But it also
Oh.
could have been the wind. But he did not look so
Honestly-
good. And he apparently made comments about his brother having been bald.
Didn't he also dress in like as a Nazi one year for Halloween?
Oof.
Yeah.
Bald. Delete it, bald.
You know what they say.
We'll
Can't
have to have an episode on that family too, because like I don't know much about the
Yeah.
royal family.
They'd be
If only Ree could weigh in.
Right. Ugh, God, I know. Just to have a what's it called? Like an expert on.
Yeah.
She would dominate. She needs to be in that field. That field of study.
Yeah. I also know about Rosemary. I know that they had, was it a lobotomy? Lobotomized her?
Yeah, she was lobotomized.
Just because she was like probably autistic?
We'll get into it.
Okay. What else?
It's unclear if she was like, perhaps she was mentally challenged, or she was autistic of some sort, or she was depressed. They don't know because they never tried to find out.
They never gave her the chance. No, and
yeah,
that back then they were like, "Ew, depressed." Let me stick a needle in the back of your eyeball. Let me just bump your brain real quick. Hello? Who in their right mind was like, this procedure is it?
While you're awake, we'd like to do that to you.
Do
you mind?
I hate being awake during a root canal.
Right.
What else? Obviously, JFK Jr. But is that even a curse when it was just like his arrogance? Like he chose to fly a plane when he like wasn't supposed to?
Excellent point. And you could definitely wager that same like way of thinking for when it gets into like the great grandkids.
Oh,
is it a curse or is it just like
because that's who
negligence or
that's our generation, right? The great grandkids
not taking care, slightly older than us.
Yep.
Because like JFK Jr. died at what, like 30 something?
And this was this the 90s or was it the early 2000s?
99, I believe.
Yeah, I just want to note, because it looks so cute right now, Maddie just got Bob, and I think it looks adorable. But guys, let her know in the chat she looks great. Boost her confidence a little bit. It just looks so cute right now. You just look so cute.
I just hadn't done anything to my hair in a really long time, and last time I had a bob was during the pandemic. And I thought I liked it more than I did. You know what I mean? So I was like, let's run that back. And I actually don't like it.
That's how it'll always get you.
Mm-hmm. And I don't have the safety of my own home to hole up in for the next 3 months. I have
right, that's the thing. I went
public facing.
I went bald in the pandemic.
Yeah.
Me and a bandana, tight. We were tight.
Yeah.
Even though
you and her right now too.
Huh?
You and her right now too.
Right. I'm bringing her back. I'm having a moment. Happy Pride also. Meg Stalter said it's okay to be gay.
And if she says it, then Jesus does too.
Jesus, come on. We have a religious gay. And she doesn't push it on everybody else, so delicious. You go ahead. Do you. Okay, back to the Kennedys. What else? Our great grandmother was boys with the Kennedys, specifically JFK.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine they got married.
Our bloodline was already cursed. They would not. I don't think anyone would. I don't think any of us would have lived past infancy if they had gotten married.
Our great grandfather was lobotomized, wasn't he?
No.
Huh?
Pa was he was put through electric convulsive
Shock
therapy or
therapy.
whatever it is. Shock therapy, yeah. Not lobotomized though. Though
But
perhaps
they
that was next on the
essentially do the
list.
same thing. Or no?
One of them is a more permanent.
Probably the lobotomy.
The lobotomy, I believe. I don't know.
It's gotta be.
We'd have to do a little deep dive on that. Yeah, I believe ECT is not like a temporary solution, but like I don't know. Yeah, like a lobotomy is they're cutting wires in your brain.
It seems pretty permanent. Yeah, let's disconnect the front to the back.
They're putting an ice pick for Rosemary specifically. Apparently, the instrument looked like a butter knife.
That's so wide.
And they were putting that in her brain as she's singing and talking to them, so that they can gauge
you better
what they're doing.
Huh?
Right. Put on a show for us, please.
Come on.
They said we need a little iPad time while we destroy your brain.
Rosemary, give us the goodies. Give us a little bit of who was a popular singer at the time. Give us a little Patsy. No, because that would have been
pre-Patsy.
Okay.
No,
I'll let you go.
No. Yeah, well, okay, we'll go. All right,
go.
Kennedy curse starting now. All right, so we're going to follow the curse. I figured there were two ways we could run this. Follow the curse by listing them in sort of like chronological order, but I thought for this episode, we'll run it through by like child. Because I think for context, you need to know the greater Kennedy family.
Yes.
And they're all not technically a part of the curse, but they're all directly related to it.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Also, JFK, gay? Gay?
Potentially. His best friend was a gay man who allegedly they engaged in some activities together. It's never been proven, but he was a big whore, so would not put it past him.
With women or?
Well, not that you can't, being a whore equates to being gay. Not what I meant.
But in a fun way.
Yeah,
I think gays would take that during Pride.
He was
Yay, whore.
Constant cheater. Yay! as was his father.
No kidding.
Oh, yeah. Bad. Okay. We'll get into it. Okay.
We'll get into it.
We're starting with the patriarch of the family, Joseph Patrick Kennedy Sr. He marries
great name,
Rose Fitzgerald Kennedy. Well, she takes the name Kennedy, obviously. Rose Fitzgerald, her maiden name. And they have together 9 children.
Woof. Go Rose.
Woof.
Go Rose. Okay. And so, they were wealthy at the time. No?
Did not start off incredibly wealthy.
Okay.
But yes, they become wealthy. So Joseph Kennedy Sr. was a stock/commodity market investor who made a lot of his money in real estate, but also made a lot of his money in Hollywood by refinancing studios. Oh. And his connection to Hollywood ends up being like the sort of precipice for most of his affairs because he had a lot of affairs with women in Hollywood. Not unlike his sons. He had ambitions of becoming president, which is why his sons would then go on to take on those same ambitions because he was shoving it down their throat.
Right.
And he was a Democrat whose political career peaked as the U.S. ambassador to the United Kingdom from 1938 to 1940. But he was low-key a Nazi appeaser and had to resign. And that basically stopped all hopes and dreams of him being president.
Rightfully
He was
so.
basically just like, Hitler's gonna win, guys, so let's just bow down. And
Hot take.
he was also really anti-Semitic. Not a nice guy. A
Boo.
Nicky guy. A Nicky guy.
Boo.
So he marries Rose Fitzgerald, who is a socialite that her father had served in the Massachusetts State Senate, House of Representatives, and as mayor of Boston
Oh,
throughout his life. He was the mayor of Boston from 1906 to 1908 and then 1910 to 1914.
oh, he had a gap year?
Gap year. Don't know why. Didn't read into
Yeah,
it.
what's he
Should've.
doing? What's he up
Didn't
to?
read
What's
into
up
it.
Papa Fitzgerald up to?
They, Rose and Joseph Sr. weren't exactly happily married. She even wanted to divorce him at one point whilst pregnant with number 4, the
Whoa.
4th of their children, Kathleen Kick Kennedy, but her father would not allow it. She was also very religious. So, though she wanted to divorce him, I don't know that she ever would have because of how
Right, because
religious
she
she
would have went
was.
straight to hell.
And apparently, she was described by Jackie O as not too bright, would rather say a rosary than read a book.
God forbid girlie likes religion. Jackie.
Right. And also, she had to read that rosary.
Come on. She can memorize it. That takes a little bit of a talent.
Right. Right. Correct. Okay. So the first kid, Joseph Jr., born 1915, dies 1944. This could theoretically be the origin of the curse. However, Rosemary's lobotomy comes before his death, and perhaps taking away a woman's autonomy is what brought this curse on. Perhaps this sealed their
Period.
fate. Take notes, America. So Joseph Jr. was basically Joseph Sr.'s passion project. He was originally groomed for politics so that he could be a potential president, and joined during World War II, joined the Naval Reserve and was a pilot who, after having served like 25 missions or whatever, I think he was like sort of eligible to like stop serving or like was like less necessary, but he started volunteering for top secret missions because it would make him look better, and perhaps
Yeah.
because that he felt particularly passionate about it. But during one of these top secret missions, he was 29 years old, and the plane, I believe, was shot down.
Oof.
And so he dies
Mm-hmm.
at 29 years old. Sad. Sad. But at the same time, number 2, John Kennedy, JFK, who was born in
JFK is only number
1917.
2?
Yeah.
Damn, I
He
would have
was
thought
only
he was
born
younger.
He was only born 2 years after Joseph. So he was born in 1917. He also joins the Naval Reserve during World War II, but he was commanding PT boats, so he was on the water. And a year before his brother's death, he is believed dead because his boat was sank during the war.
I love
But
Battleship.
not only did he survive, but he was a hero who saved a lot of his crew, and this ends up giving him a lot of health problems for the rest of his life. Like he had chronic back problems because of it, because he was like
Really?
pulling these people. They like I believe what happened was like their boat sank and they were in the middle of the ocean and they swam to an island, and he like helped a lot of people get to the island. He was a strong swimmer, but
Wow.
irreversibly damaged himself whilst doing it. And like his father, my notes are low-key all over the place. Like his father, he was promiscuous and a dirty cheater despite having a faithful wife in Jackie. And months before his assassination, Jackie gave birth to a premature boy in August of 1963 who was named Patrick, that died only 39 hours after birth.
Oh.
And then on
And
November
how many days was
22nd,
this before? A year before his death?
months before. So August of
Months.
1963, Jackie O and him lose their son Patrick. In November, on the 22nd, JFK would be assassinated in Dallas at only 46 years old after having served just under 3 years in office. Really sad. Really sad.
And didn't like half his head fall off like in the car?
In the back of the car. He was shot. I believe he was shot twice. One went through his like shoulder, his wrist, and then hit the governor of Texas at the time, I think is who it was. And then there was a second bullet, or it was all one bullet. I don't remember. But the other one goes through like here, or like comes through here, and the back
Was
of
it
his
an
skull
assault rifle?
pops off. I believe a sniper gun.
Whoa.
And
And
Jackie famously jumps onto the back of the car to retrieve his skull.
does she?
Yeah.
Because I've
And
heard it
then-
rumored that like it was her trying to get out of the car.
I suppose it could be. I don't know.
Because there is, I've seen this video. It's popped up on my For You page like every once in a blue moon. It'll pop up, and I'll rewatch every time. That there's this woman that talks about the original footage of him being shot and how it's almost. I'm pretty sure it's been proven, if not close to being proven, that it was doctored footage. Because there's
Mhm.
like a tree that gets mirrored or something in the back, and like that's how you know that it's messed up. Where obviously big rumor, but it was believed that for certain people that the driver turned around and shot JFK, or one of the
Interesting.
individuals in the front seats.
Yeah.
Which this might, and maybe this is like a part of a slew of the rumors, but and that's why it was rumored too that Jackie was actually trying to get out of the car because she thought she was next.
Certainly could have been, but I believe she was reaching. I think she was trying to grab it, and perhaps successfully did. But maybe that's
Half
not
his
right.
head. She was trying to get his head.
Yeah, to save him, and she covered
It's
in
okay.
his blood.
It's okay.
Well, instinctively, you just don't know what to do. You know what I mean?
I
You just-
can't even
your brain
imagine being in a
just-
situation like
but
that.
When Lyndon B. Johnson is sworn in as president, they had wanted her to change her clothes because she's covered in his blood, and she refused.
Period,
And then
mama.
Julia Fox wears it as a Halloween costume.
I hate her. I
And
hate
says-
you
And says that she's making, I forget what she said, but she was saying something like it's commentary, and it's like, no. Even if
not.
it is, it was like commentary on like on women's grief or something, but I'm just like, even if it is in poor taste, and I don't think the message is coming across in the way that you expected it to.
Celebrities and Halloween don't mesh.
No,
It don't.
they like
Hello,
to
Neil
fit
Patrick Harris and
costumes.
Amy Winehouse's body as a cake. Well, wasn't it a cake?
Yeah,
Yikes.
that might have even just been like a random birthday party.
It might have been, but don't do it. Don't touch it. Just leave
Don't do
it
it.
alone. Don't make a joke out of it. It's weird.
It's weird. It's weird.
While we're on JFK, he had been friends with our great grandmother, our mother's father's mother. His mom was friends with JFK because he had lived at one point during his childhood in Charlestown.
Brookline.
Yeah, okay, and like they kind of like grew up together a little bit, right?
They didn't live in the house for too long,
But
according
but
to
him
research.
and Graham were just like childhood friends,
They had been neighbors, and they kept in touch.
which our mother does have a signed letter from JFK. But the thing about it is like it couldn't be like sold or something because it's not his known signature or something. Isn't it something like that?
Well, it's official from the White House, but I don't know. What do you mean? Who's trying to sell it?
No. I'm just thinking. I feel like Mom has always said something about that, it being some sort of official letter, but it's a different signature than what his presidential signature was or something. I don't know. Something of that sort. I feel like she's always said, but I could be. Just tick her. Don't trust her.
Oh.
But I figured I could talk about that while you closed your windows.
Rain is coming down.
In like a sweet way, or like kind of like a
Hillary Duff.
No,
I've been waiting for it to drop all day. All right, but let's get back into the Kennedys. Let's get back in because we've got some things to get into because now we're on child number 3. We're on child number 3. It's Rosemary Kennedy, and I cannot recommend the biography that I read on Rosemary Kennedy enough. Should have found it because it's sitting over here right now. Let me see if I can see it.
Yeah, I would love to know about it. And biography is written by someone else, right? An autobiography you self-write?
Okay. Correct. Okay, let me just grab it. Let me grab it. Sorry. Let me grab it.
Those glasses are so cute. Rosemary Kennedy, the third girl. Third child overall. I didn't know JFK was that high up, to be honest.
Rosemary Kennedy, The Hidden Kennedy Daughter by Kate Clifford Lawson. Larson, not Lawson.
Larson. Probably from Boston, Lassen.
Lawson. I devoured this in a day.
Wow.
At the Cape one year.
Oof! Bring that for me for this year.
And I will. It's so unbelievably sad, but such a beautiful documentation of her life because she is truly the hidden Kennedy. Nobody, they did not talk about her. And we'll get into it. Okay. To me, Rosemary Kennedy is the saddest story of the Kennedy dynasty, the Kennedy curse, whatever you want to call it, because she was seemingly doomed from the start. At birth, her mother was instructed by nurses to delay delivery by keeping her legs closed because the doctor was not yet available because of the influenza epidemic at the time. And so
crazy business to say, hold it in.
Right. Well, and so what ended up happening was she was cut off, like her oxygen supply was cut off. So, theoretically, she her parents then go on to discover that she is having there's a developmental delay. She's not aging, or she's not going through the same steps that her siblings had, her 2 brothers before her. I wonder why.
I would love to know why.
Deprived of oxygen for 2 hours. But
2 hours?
As she grew, her parents noticed she was behind on reaching basic developmental steps and was believed to have an intellectual disability. Though it's not confirmed, as questions have been raised about how the Kennedys basically understood her. No formal diagnosis or true understanding of what she was going through because they didn't care. Her family kind of kept her out of the spotlight, though up until she was lobotomized, I will say she did lead a full life. It's not like she was kept away from the public. She fully experienced life with her siblings. However, that was up until she was 23 years old when Joe Sr. would have her lobotomized.
Damn.
23. And so basically,
and was she sent off to an all-girls school or anything, or no? Did I make that up?
She had been, yeah, but I think a lot of her siblings had gone off to private school, so that wasn't out of the norm. She was sent to a very specific school where she was working independently with these 2 teachers. I believe it was a nun and a teacher to ensure that she was progressing at a rate that Joe Sr. approved of, basically. Yeah. But it wasn't uncommon for kids in that generation, especially in her family, to be sent off to a school.
Yeah.
So at that point, nothing really out of the norm. She was still going out with the family. She visited the White House with her father. At one point, I believe she met the royal family with her older brothers. She wasn't quite left behind yet. But the reasoning behind her getting the lobotomy was she had a lot of erratic behaviors and mood swings and violent outbursts, and they wanted to stop that. Apparently, her younger sister, however, Kathleen, number 4, who was called Kathleen Kick Kennedy.
Kick?
Kick. Yeah, it was her nickname, Kick.
That's awesome.
She strongly advised her parents against the procedure because she had done research on it. And she was like, I don't think this is actually going to do anything. I think this
I actually really don't think we should do that.
I have a bad idea. I have a bad feeling about this. I don't think it's good. But they did it anyway. And when I say I mean it was primarily Joe Sr. I don't think Rose truly, not that she didn't have any input necessarily, but I think she thought Joe knew best.
Yeah.
And supposedly, not every sibling knew exactly what happened to Rosemary for years, which kind of blows my mind
What do
because
you
I'm like,
mean?
were you not asking questions?
Come on. Yeah, there had to have been a distinct change in her behavior, and there was a day
Well,
that. Come on.
sure. Okay. So the lobotomy was so detrimental, it reduced her mental capacity to that of a 2-year-old child.
Oh
She
my
could not
god.
speak and she could not walk. She did eventually relearn how to walk, but I believe she never regained the ability to speak.
You're
And mind
kidding.
you, the procedure is being done whilst she is speaking. She is uh, given something to like, what would it be, like morphine or something, like to sort of
Yeah,
like numb her. Like she's
numb
not
the pain.
necessarily feeling the procedure, but she is cognitive whilst it's happening because they're having her, as they did with most lobotomies, like you're talking or you're singing so that the doctors know at what point they can stop. So basically, they were just doing it until all of a sudden she stopped talking, stopped being able to communicate. And they were like, yeah, you're done.
We've got her, boys.
Right. But
Why would that
so
be the goal? Ugh.
the
Wait, like, why
reason
was nobody talking that? Why was nobody like, oof?
it's
Should the end result be them not speaking?
when most lobotomy patients were women. So I just don't think people cared. But so the
Here we go
reason that a
again.
lot of her siblings weren't quite clear on or like didn't talk to her for a few years, like weren't sure what happened was because after the lobotomy, she was immediately institutionalized because Joe Sr. was like, "Oh my God, this was a mistake." And so she is immediately sent away and she's basically
Oh
hidden for
no.
20 years. They did pay to keep her incredibly comfortable and well cared for. I don't want to say to their credit because there is nothing to their
Right.
credit, but it was not like she was institutionalized in like really awful conditions. They like
Yeah.
eventually like they put her in like these hospitals where she was like really well taken care of. It was always they were always like the nuns were working the institutions, but at one point like they buy her like her own house and they hire private care for her and she is kept incredibly comfortable up until she dies.
Mm.
But her mother did not visit her for 20 years.
Hello?
20 years. So she has this lobotomy at 23, and her mother doesn't see her again until she is 43 years old. And her father, Joe Sr., never went to see her.
You're kidding me.
Supposedly never saw her again. I don't think he could live with it.
And I hope he didn't. I hope it ruined his everyday.
And so apparently the siblings didn't find out exactly where she was until 1961 after John was elected president because people were basically like asking questions about her absence.
Validly so.
So they had to finally
Oh
address
shoot!
that
You know what?
publicly.
Where is she?
But they didn't own up to lobotomizing her. They just said that she was institutionalized because she was disabled basically. Um After
Yuck.
Joe Sr. dies in 1969, the Kennedys finally started involving Rosemary in their lives again. So
They had to wait for
in the
Papa to
sense that
die.
yeah, in the sense that, like, she had stayed where she was institutionalized up until Joe Sr. died. Like, she'd go out on, like, day trips and, like, do things, but, like, she was not involved in, like, family affairs. But after
Aw.
Joe Sr. dies, like, she goes back to their compound in Hyannis and, like, is able to be around the family again in, like, a full capacity. They had been visiting her, but she had not been, like, around.
And was this when she moved to the compound? Is that the first time the mom sees her, or no?
She didn't
She had
move to the
seen her
compound.
before Joe
She
died.
was just getting to go visit. She had seen her before Joe died.
Oh,
Right? Well, because she's lobotomized in 1943 or 1941 when she's 23.
and you said she
Yeah.
hadn't seen her for 20 years,
So
and he never
slightly
says.
before
Could have been roughly around the same time.
yeah, roughly around the same time. But so then Rosemary lives until she is 86 years old and dies
Wow,
of natural causes in 2005. Mhm.
that's
This
insane.
was Rosemary was a partial inspiration for the creation of Special Olympics
No kidding.
because it was created by her younger sister, Eunice Kennedy.
She created the Special Olympics?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
Didn't know that. Go Eunice.
Go Eunice. Now number 4, Kathleen Kick Kennedy. Yeah,
yes.
Kick. So she's born in 1920, and she died in 1948.
Bad year.
Whilst her father was serving as a U.S. ambassador to the U.K., Kick thrived in London and wanted to stay even after her family moved back to the States, but was not permitted to by her father. But
how old was she?
That girl said, where there's a will, there's a way. Well, so she was in 1939 is when her 1939 to I believe 1939 is when they go back to the States.
Damn, so she's straight. She's at
19.
least 8,
she's
19, yeah.
Yeah, but she had been going to school out there, like fully living. You know what I mean? So yeah, 19.
Yeah.
I don't want to move back to the States, but she is not allowed to stay there because they don't have any family there. And they're just kind of like, well, what are you going to do as a 19-year-old girl out here? No. But that girl said, where there's a will, there's a way. I'm going back. And in 1943, she begins working for the Red Cross at a center for servicemen set up in England.
Oh, wow.
While she is abroad and apart from her family, she became distant from the Roman Catholic Church, which is what she was raised in, and begins a relationship with a politician named William Cavendish, who belonged to the Church of England. And would that be the
Protestant?
Yes. Yeah. A big scandal for Rose Fitzgerald, who is a devout Catholic. So when she decides to marry this man, she went against her mother's wishes, and only her brother, Joe Jr., came to the wedding. He would die 3 months later.
Whoa!
Yeah. And 4 months after Joe Jr. dies, her husband, who went off to fight in France, 5 weeks after the wedding, was killed in action.
Damn it.
Damn. Yeah.
So that would have been what, 43 or 44?
Yep.
Which is roughly when the war ended, right? Didn't the war end in 44?
44 or 45.
Damn, so close. 45, September 2nd, 1945. VJ Day.
Later on, Kick would become romantically involved with, get a load of this, William Henry Lawrence Peter Wentworth Fitzwilliam.
Give it up.
One more time.
Give it up.
William Henry Lawrence Peter Wentworth Fitzwilliam. Or 8th Earl Fitzwilliam. It was his 8th
Earl?
It's like his lord's name. He was a lord. Officially. Like that's what they
For why? Why do you think that many names?
I don't also William Fitzwilliam. But so she gets involved with this man who is getting a divorce. Ooh, that doesn't look good in the eyes of the church. That doesn't look good to Rose. Rose does not like that. So much so that Rose actually vows to disown her and cut her off financially if she decides to marry that man.
Wow.
Yeah. So desperate.
She stayed strong during the first one, so I guess.
Right. Desperate for approval, however, Kick wanted her father's consent to the marriage, and so she decides to fly to Paris to meet her father. But ultimately, her plane goes down.
Damn it! Not a plane! Not a plane!
What is really sad? Yeah, so far you have 2 deaths on planes.
Yikes.
Directly connected to the Kennedy family, but you technically have her husband-to-be, so 3 deaths. This time her father is the only one.
He was on the plane with her?
The guy that she was going to marry, yeah.
Her father what?
Her father is the only one that attends the services.
Come on!
JFK was too distraught, and I believe RFK was busy. I don't know. I don't know what he was I don't know what his excuse was. All right, so now we get to number 5. Eunice Kennedy. Born 1921.
Damn, so wait, Kick was only
in a
what?
very quick period of time.
Kick was 29?
Kick was
28?
28 or 27, depending.
27 Club. Please have been high, Kick. Please have been high.
But so, yeah, Joe was born 1915, and then you already have number 5, 1921. That's quick.
Wow.
And you've already, so by 1948, you've only lost 2 kids. But 3 if you count Rosemary.
2 out of 5?
Lobotomized. Damn near 3.
Damn near 3.
To them, I'm sure they were just like, yeah, we lost Rosemary.
I mean, in their minds, especially to Joe Sr., he never saw her,
right.
so.
All right, so Eunice Kennedy is surrounded by the curse, but ultimately persevered.
Go, Eunice!
She nationalized the Special Olympics, was awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom in 1984, although her daughter would go on to marry Arnold Schwarzenegger, who would do her so dirty. So maybe that was their curse. Never forget.
Just because she married Arnie?
Well, yeah, remember he had an affair with the nanny and had a secret kid that she didn't find out about until he was like 19 or something. Fully married to him the whole time. Finds out he has a 19-year-old kid with their nanny, or like she might have been like their maid or something.
Whoa. I don't think I knew about that.
No? Oh, his son? And the thing is, the son that he had with the maid or the nanny, I don't know who she was exactly, is now a bodybuilder. Looks just like Arnie.
No kid. I believe it.
But then also, what's his name is their kid too, isn't he? Who was on the last season of The White Lotus? Patrick Schwarzenegger.
Oh, handsome.
Yeah, handsome. That's a Kennedy. He's a Kennedy.
Wow.
They're everywhere. They're everywhere. Okay, number 6, Patricia Kennedy. Her curse was that she was so intelligent and capable, but was born a woman.
Damn! It'll always get you.
Come on. She wanted to be a film producer and was trying to have a career in the 50s, trying to make it in a man's world. Simply wouldn't happen.
Damn, and money cannot buy everything. At that time, at least.
And like her father had also said, like, he was like, she has the power to take over the world. He perhaps thought the most highly of her. And she did not have a successful life. She had 4 beautiful children, a complicated marriage to an actor that ended in divorce, but led a good life. She was born in 1924, died 2006. Lived a full life.
Wow.
And then we go to number 7. And I think this is crazy how far down RFK is, because now we're at Robert F. Kennedy. He's number 7.
Damn, they're 5 people apart.
So he's 1925. JFK is born 1917. So there's an 8 year gap there.
8 year
Junior
gap.
is a full 10 years older than him, 1915. Robert F. Kennedy, famously Marilyn Monroe's second choice. I'm kidding. I don't know. She did supposedly have speculated that she had affairs with both of them.
They was speculated?
Yeah, that she had affairs with both men.
Damn, pop off diva.
He was the U.S. Attorney General for JFK's presidency from 1961 until 1964, and 5 years after JFK.
He was also assassinated, right?
Yes. What the hell is it? I have 5 years after JFK written on like my side notes here. I don't know what that is. Disregard. Bleep that.
5 years.
1968, running for president, and was looking like he was going to be the Democratic nominee after winning the California primary, but was shot and killed. Oh, this was 5 years after JFK's death. That's why it was.
There it is.
Because JFK dies in 1963. Yeah, he dies in 1968. His assassination prompted a change in the mandate of Secret Service, which allowed for the protection of presidential candidates. Because he's making a speech regarding his win, but he did not have Secret Service.
So he was shot on stage?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Fully shot on stage, live TV. His children saw it.
No.
Yeah. His wife, Ethel, fully with him. Well, no, actually, he was not shot on stage. He was shot No, he was shot on stage. He was either shot on stage or shot while he was walking off stage. I don't quite remember.
But still visible to
But
the public.
fully visible to the public, fully visible to the room, live on TV. And now it is technically called the Kennedy curse, but apparently RFK's wife, Ethel, whose maiden name is Skakel, has a family
Is
curse
what?
of her Skakel. Her maiden name
Skakel.
is Skakel. There's a family curse like on her side of the family that could be a story for another day.
Whoa, hello, RFK Jr., living and breathing curse.
Well, because I think it's so interesting, and we'll get into it. The curse, as it follows, like as it exists in more contemporary timelines, really only follows RFK's bloodline.
Really?
It's super interesting. And not entirely, but like low key, it's like all connected. I mean, obviously, it's all connected to his family. We'll get into it. All right. Number 8, Gene Kennedy, born 1928, served as the U.S. ambassador to Ireland. In 2011, won the Presidential Medal of Freedom for her work with people with disabilities.
Oh, it's a
And
woman.
her curse. Oh yeah,
Two of the Kennedy girls won Presidential Medals of Freedom.
yeah, slay.
Wow. God forbid they could have been president.
Her curse was that she was the last living and longest lived of the 9 Kennedy children, because she dies in 2020.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Crazy. Damn near 100 years old.
Damn near.
Too. And then number 9, my least favorite Kennedy. Ted
Kennedy.
Ted Kennedy.
Ted?
Scumbag. Yeah.
Scumbag.
Born.
So is his kid the one that dated Taylor Swift? Or his grandkid? Because Taylor Swift dated a Kennedy, right?
She does date a Kennedy. I don't know.
Is that involved in the curse? Hello, having a song written about you?
Ted Kennedy. Yeah, I think actually it might be his kid. I don't know. I don't know which Kennedy it is.
Okay, I can look that up.
You can look that up. Ted Kennedy, born in 1932, was a U.S. Senator in Massachusetts from 1962 until 2009. He was the second most senior member of the Senate when he died.
She dated Connor Kennedy, son of RFK Jr.
Oh,
so
he did RFK Jr. RFK Jr. did have a lot of kids. He had a lot of kids.
Bring it back.
Or RFK.
You know what's so crazy about him is the fact that he's married to Cheryl Hines. Like, what?
I know. Yeah. Yuck.
And what an icon down. She served in the RV movie, and now she sucks.
Never watch RV. Yeah, can never watch. Ted Kennedy took over his brother JFK's seat in the Senate in 1962. Okay, Nepo baby. And had ambitions to run for president himself. However, the summer of 69 would change that. Because the summer of 69 is when the Chappaquiddick incident occurs.
Oof. Summer of 69.
Right. On the night of July 18th or the early morning of July 19th, 1969, Mary Jo Kopechne died inside the car that Senator Ted Kennedy had accidentally driven off of a narrow bridge off of Martha's Vineyard.
And this is a place
into a pond
that he's frequented before. Like this, it's not like this was like a new area for him. Like
he's familiar. He's familiar.
He stumbled off the bridge. Give me a break.
The two had left the party together, and he was driving her supposedly to the ferry before he ultimately takes a wrong turn and drives into a pond. He frees himself and supposedly tried to save Mary Jo, but could not. However, where it gets really, really disturbing is that Kennedy failed to report the incident until 10 a.m. Mind you, this happens around midnight. He fully goes home, sleeps. I don't know if he goes home. He goes to like wherever he is staying. Does not report it until 10 a.m. despite the crash happening around midnight. However, Mary Jo's body had already been retrieved an hour before.
Wow.
And what's really sad is apparently Mary Jo was believed to have been able to have been saved if the accident had been reported, because she died from suffocation, not drowning. So it was just a lack of airflow that ultimately took her.
Damn, in the car? So like she was safe enough?
I mean, like ultimately
from
the
water
end up filling with water. But
Yeah.
she dies before that happens. Yeah.
Damn.
Ted Kennedy was ultimately charged with leaving the scene of an accident, and he pleads guilty to leaving the scene, but he is sentenced to only 2 months jail plus 1 year suspension, or 1 year suspended rather, though he never actually serves jail time.
Oh, man.
Oh, right. And you know what's
Aw.
insane to me is that not only does he have the nerve to stay in office with the support of his constituents, mind you,
Mm.
but he also attempts to run for president in 1979.
And does he have like a substantial enough run, or are people like
So
immediately like,
he's
no?
running for the Democratic nomination against Jimmy Carter. However, he has never really done like a big interview on the Chappaquiddick incident until 1979 as he's running. And after doing a televised interview and the Chappaquiddick incident comes up, it's very clear that people are not okay with Ted Kennedy.
Valid.
And
I'd love to. Maybe I'll have to find that interview. I'd love to know like how he frames it.
Yeah, he loses a Democratic nomination, and Reagan would ultimately win the presidency against Carter.
And
you know what? I blame Ted Kennedy.
A part of the curse, honestly. Yeah. Because what a devastating president to have for the United States. Wow, did Reagan do numbers and ruined a lot of things.
Right. Hate him.
Hate him.
But yeah, Ted Kennedy sadly lives a full life. Serves in the Senate until he dies. Literally serves in the Senate whilst he is on trial for basically murder.
Oh.
They're not calling it that, but basically murder.
No. And was she anybody, like, did she have kids or anything, or have?
No, I believe with the...
Not anybody, excuse me, that's poor language, but...
She had been working on RFK's... she had been, like, a part of RFK's, like, team whilst she was running for president, and so, like, that's how she knew the Kennedy family, and so they were just, like, all in Martha's Vineyard celebrating.
Wow.
Accident happens. It's a year after.
So she wasn't even like a nobody. She like
RFK dies.
Had a legitimate career.
Yes. Oh yeah. A career in politics.
Damn.
Oh, I guess this actually doesn't have to be a 2-part episode because we're getting into the grandkids.
Not that would devalue her life in any way. I'm just saying.
Yes. No, fair enough.
Well, this will be just a juicy get right back to it. Welcome back, Community Cup. It's filling my cup.
The cup is overfloweth with the Kennedy curse. But yeah.
And I'd like to say Graham knowing him has affected us in many ways, and that's why our life is cursed.
You just know, what was it called? Show and Tell went crazy. Show and Tell went crazy with that letter. Okay, so the grandkids. David Kennedy, born 1955, son of Robert F. Kennedy and Ethel, dies of an overdose in 1984. Not necessarily connected to the curse. However, had almost died as a boy, nearly drowning.
Whoa.
And watched his father's assassination live on TV, and ultimately had a car accident in 1963 that left him addicted to opiates.
Left him what?
Addicted to opiates.
Oh, man.
So some people say just because he died so young that it's connected to the curse. The curse of addiction is strong. You know what I mean?
Goes hard.
I do have a lot of sympathy. And he had a lot of trauma in his life. But then you have his younger brother, Michael Kennedy, born 1958, dies 1997. He dies as the result of a skiing accident, playing football on skis, where he hit a tree at full speed.
Damn it!
Had been yelled at earlier for the danger of what they were doing by ski patrol, but they're Kennedys. They weren't listening.
Come on, arrogance. That'll get you.
It'll get you.
And that's how, famously, the woman from the mom in The Parent Trap, she died.
Not arrogance, though. That was purely...
Not arrogance. No. But like
arrogance.
A similar, and probably not speed. She just happened to...
Natasha Redgrave? Her mom's Vanessa Redgrave. What's her name?
You know who she married?
Yeah, Liam Neeson.
Liam Neeson. Crazy. Didn't know that.
Natasha Richardson.
Richardson.
but her mother is Vanessa Redgrave.
Rest in
All
peace,
right.
mama.
His sister, so it was like they were it was a big Kennedy family outing at this ski lodge or whatever, and his sister Rory tried to save him with mouth to mouth, but ultimately could
Oh.
not. And I mention Rory because in 1999, JFK Jr., Carolyn Bessette, and her sister Lauren Bessette are on the plane to go to her wedding, Rory's wedding, when the plane goes down. That kind of crazy. That's why I'm saying it's all like the majority of the curse connects to RFK and Ethel.
Huh.
So I think we got to do a deep dive on Ethel.
It's, come on, I'm interested.
JFK Jr. was piloting the plane rather to his cousin Rory's wedding, and the plane basically crashed nose first into the Atlantic Ocean, and all three died on impact.
And they were close, right? Weren't they a matter of
Super. So people speculate because of his inexperience descending on water at night, it confused him, and it was like essentially spatial disorientation caused him to crash.
That's
So
what
like,
I had seen.
yeah, it's like perhaps he should not have been taking that journey, but like it could have happened to anyone. I fear.
It could, yeah, and also too, wasn't it the thing that like he was advised by his piloting instructor? I think, or even maybe his instructor was like, "I'll go with you," but he said no.
It's certainly possible. I do know that people had like said like he was qualified to fly, like he could absolutely.
Yeah, he could have flown alone, but
Yeah,
he was recommended to not.
I believe it was also like foggy that night. I think there were just like
Yeah,
other circumstances.
the conditions
where
were
he
not
was like,
ideal
"No."
to fly.
Yeah.
And I think it was said too that like it would have been risky for a experienced pilot,
Yeah.
or like far more experienced pilot. But like
Yeah.
their relationship was tumultuous. No, him and Carolyn Bessette.
Yeah, I'm not too well versed in it, to be quite honest
Yeah,
with you.
and I'm having trouble watching the love story because
Yeah.
Ryan Murphy.
Yeah, I fear I am gonna watch the love story when it's about Stevie Nicks and Lindsey Buckingham, but I'm not too cute into Carolyn Bessette and JFK Jr. I'm not like super. They were
I
like
know
a
that.
very big couple, but
Yeah,
to me, they're
and that
not
caused a big
as relevant.
surge for fashion this summer, or this past
Yes.
spring.
Yeah.
I know there were a lot of performative males in New York City.
Yeah. All right, we'll get into the great grandkids now. So these are the
Okay, so only
great grandkids to
3
Joe Jr.
of the grandkids
or
were
Joe Sr. 3 grandkids. Yeah, 3 grandkids.
okay. So sad too
Correct.
for Carolyn's sister because it's like, damn.
I know. Well, and she wasn't going to the wedding either. Apparently, they were just dropping her off.
Oh, right.
She was going somewhere because they were going to Martha's Vineyard, I believe. Martha's Vineyard, I
Yeah,
think, is where they were going. Okay, but great grandkids. Saoirse Kennedy Hill
great name.
dies at 22 of an accidental overdose in 2019. Again, the curse of addiction. She is RFK and Ethel's granddaughter. And then you have Maeve Kennedy Townsend McKean, big name, and her son Gideon. In April of 2020, during the pandemic, they go missing after a canoeing incident in Chesapeake Bay. And basically what happens is a ball had like landed in the water and they hopped in the canoe to retrieve it, but the canoe had been overtaken by strong winds and they were ultimately found deceased. Their bodies were recovered days later. I believe she was found before her son.
And they just drowned?
Yeah. The canoe must have just like been overthrown. I think it was like that situation with
Naya Rivera.
yeah, and I think the waters were just too strong and she couldn't save him and she couldn't save herself either.
Yeah. Damn, crazy too, because I think it was COVID. I think it was 2020 that Naya Rivera passed. But her son did
Oh
live.
really? I think she
I mean,
also,
he never got into the water. He was found later.
I think Maeve Kennedy is RFK's granddaughter. No. Wait. Yes, yeah, she is. Yeah, okay. RFK.
Okay.
So yeah, RFK and Ethel continued the bloodline curse, basically, was what my thesis was.
Damn, traveled on with them.
Yeah. But that's the Kennedy curse for you.
That's a
Perhaps
lot.
going in chronological order did not make the most sense, but that was how I went and did my notes.
Well, I think that was good, because, I mean, it also did it, like, basically went by siblings, too.
Yeah.
Damn. Glad the girls were untouched, though. Besides
They kinda were.
Rosemary. Oh, sorry,
Besides
Rosemary. Eunice and
Eunice. Well, and Kick also.
Kick.
Dies.
Yeah. Jesus. That's a lot. That's a lot of family to have had a lot of problems.
Who was it? Eunice, Jean, and
Oh, yes,
Patricia?
Jean. Oh, yeah, Patricia, the smart one. Joe's prodigy.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, that's all she wrote. I will say, if you're looking to like watch anything on the Kennedys, I would not recommend the show with Katie Holmes and the dad from the last song. What's his name? He's also in the movie Baby Mama. I can't think of what his name is. It's not good. Their
Is it
accents are
Keith
really,
something?
really bad. No.
It's a movie or a show?
Show. It's called like the
Why is it
Kennedys
bad?
or something. It's their accents are awful, and it's just
Greg Keener.
not that good. Yeah, him. Wouldn't recommend. Wouldn't recommend. Couple of good YouTube videos out there about it. Some border conspiratorial.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'd love to know what other conspiracies surround the family. I know that there's one with APAC for JFK.
Yeah.
That had some sort of possible connection with his death. I mean, that he was pretty outspoken about them. But I don't know about any other conspiracies. God, screw you, Ted. Screw you, RFK Jr. Did you see he just caught 2 snakes with his bare hands? Did you see that video?
AI.
How is he? How is he? Oh, and what is up with his voice?
It was an illness.
Mm.
Something. There is a legitimate reason for it. I do not recall right now, but it was an illness, I think. I'm pretty sure. And like his vocal cords just got disturbed.
His abs are crazy business, though. His body is. But it's gross. Seeing abs on an old man, ugh.
Yeah.
Yikes. Abs don't really do it for me, if I'm being so honest. Just a muscle.
It's a neurological disorder called spasmodic dysophonia.
Where do you stand now on people making fun of his voice?
I hate him. So I look the other way.
Yeah. There was a video that popped up for me with that trend of like the different ways you can say you shaved your bush, and someone did RFK Jr.
Oh.
And I fear it was on the money.
The thing is, if he was less of a scumbag, I think I'd probably not like it. People
Sure.
make fun of his voice because it is simply beyond his control.
Yes.
However, he's a hot spot of problems for me.
Right. Incredibly problematic individual.
Yeah.
So what should we do? Should we try to have an era for our song of the week?
Ooh. What era?
The 1920s, when the most Kennedys died. Terrible. That's terrible. Well, I was thinking
the 20s. They died primarily in the 40s.
Okay.
Well, not even primarily. It was just Kick and Joe Jr.
Well, what about Rosemary? Part of her died.
Rosemary was the bottom. Yeah.
Well, I think I want to stay towards like the 50s timeline, so I'll do Oh wait, no. Okay, maybe next week. Next week, our song of the week will be one of the Muna songs from the new album because we still have to do that.
We still have to.
Even though that episode has since been deleted, I did Clear House. All of our episodes have been deleted except our 2 of our Halloween ones because I like them. I think they're fun.
No, perfect.
Us as Kermit and Miss Piggy.
We're doing a little.
We're cleaning up.
Cleaning up shop. Cleaning up shop.
We're cleaning up shop. We're starting over anew. So, guys.
Turning a new leaf.
I'm going to say it again. Share it with your friends. We're on a new business journey now. So, you're going to want to be here now before we get huge to be like, I was listening to Community Cup right before these girls got big.
Right.
That's a threat. So share it with your friends. Okay, so my song will be Walking After Midnight, Patsy Cline.
Nice.
Were you also going to do Patsy Cline?
No.
Crazy.
You know what? I'll do La Bamba, Richie Valens.
La Bamba. Tragic death, no?
Plane crash, the day the music died. We could talk about that. That could be a whole episode. Because him, as well as other musicians, died that day.
Yeah, and what's his name?
Buddy Holly.
And the actor, right?
The Big Bopper.
No, actually, I'm thinking of who's the actor that died that was like supposedly rumored to be gay? And he was really handsome.
We could name so many.
What's his name? Do you know that actor that died? And he was like 22 or something. He was really young. Oh, I'm picturing it. James Dean.
Oh.
James Dean wasn't 22 anymore.
I thought he was really young.
He was young.
Was he not?
Car accident. He died. Yeah, car accident though, not plane crash.
He died at 24.
Okay. We could also. I've been meaning to do a deep dive on this recently because I forget about it every now and then I remember. Paula Abdul has a plane crash story that supposedly cannot be proved. No.
We could have like a plane crash episode. I mean,
plane crash episode.
Hello, TLC. Or was that a bus incident? I mean, and also who
TLC was a car. Lisa Left Eye Located in a car accident.
The majority of their band, was it Ozzy? It might have been Osborne, where like one member of his band had died in like a tragic plane accident where like the majority of them were like on a bus.
No, Reba McEntire lost a lot part of her crew on a plane crash, right? Yeah.
I think Ozzy Osbourne did too. 1982. His 25-year-old guitarist, Randy Rhoads, yeah. He only lost one member of his band, but like I believe it was some sort of production team as well that were in the plane. But
Reba lost crew.
Yeah, I think it was crew. Damn, we could have straight up have a whole episode on celebrities and planes. Hello, Aaliyah.
Perfect. Hello, Aaliyah.
Wasn't she on a plane?
She was also. Travis Barker survived a plane crash.
I guess it's not even an episode, and we would just be talking about straight up how many. We're doing it right now. How many people have died?
No, but we could go deeper. We could go deeper.
Okay.
So tune in for that one, boys.
Tune in for that one because it's about to be juiced. Love you.
Love you.
Wait, you're telling me that was an audio queer production? Sounds kind of gay to me.